Right. I'm up on the roof, and I was just going to kind of give you a tour of what we saw here. You can see these corner edges have been torn loose by a wind event. This one I'm not so sure about. That's why I put a question mark there, but it looks almost like it might be debris or perhaps a rodent. But then right here we've got a tear, another tear in the shingle, another tear, some creased shingles right here, another missing shingle. Up here there's a defect, but I'll walk you through all of this. So you can see the missing shingles pretty easily. Do you see that dark crease right here? That's a very severe crease. That's where the wind got under this and lifted it. More torn shingles. That only occurs in a wind event. Here you got some dark creasing, not quite as severe as the one we just looked at, but this is still pretty severe. Some more dark creasing. Here you actually have a tear. I don't know if you can see that on this shingle, where when the wind got underneath of it, not only did it crease it, but it tore it. This is the one where I just said, you know, that doesn't look like storm damage. It could be a debris impact. It could be like a tree limb that hit it, or it could even be like a rodent. Here you can actually see a crease that came this way from the shingle because the wind got underneath of it. Do you see that? Look at that. The wind got underneath of it in the same direction that all of these pieces on the edge are missing. And it actually tore the shingle right here and then allowed the wind to get under it. And it creased it sideways. That's pretty rare. That means that wind was coming real strong this way. Here we've got another tear on that same direction. More creasing, creasing. Here you got another torn shingle. This is a defect. This is just where the asphalt and granules detached from the fiberglass mat. It's just defect and age, so I marked that as well. Overall, the roof has held up really well considering its age. We've got another torn shingle down here. We've got torn and missing shingles, creased shingles here. We got a piece on the ridge that was blown off. You've got some creasing that appears to have happened when the power vent was installed. That's not something that an insurance carrier would typically cover. You've got some thermal fracturing here where the shingle's still bonded. It's just sliding down the roof and the shingles that are bonded to it are tearing it. That's not something the insurance company would cover. Here you've got some pretty significant sagging under that plumbing vent where any sort of wind-blown debris can get up and under and bypass the roof system, and it looks like that decking has gotten pretty wet, so I'm not going to step on it. Another missing shingle. Now here on the front, there's a interesting thing that we figured we might as well document. There is all of these white strikes on the roof. This could either have been from a small recent hailstorm, or it could have been from debris falling off the roof and impacting the shingle. But either way, you'll notice that right next to this white strike, there is a dark spot at the point of impact. And so whether that's falling debris impact from a windblown event, or if that's hail, that still should be considered damage by most insurance adjusters and appraisers. Same thing here. You can see that dark spot right inside the center of that white impact mark. We've got some creased shingles here. Now, a word about this, just due to the shingle's age, a lot of the sealant has just evaporated. So, you know, most carriers wouldn't consider that actual damage. But when you actually get the wind to lift an unsealed shingle and crease it, or you get debris impacts or tears or missing shingles, that's when they would look at covering it. Now, given the roof's age and the extent of the damage, there's really no way to repair this. So, assuming that the adjuster agrees with our assessment here, and they should allow for a full and complete replacement of the roof, bringing hopefully everything up to code. That's what we do when we install it, but you know, everybody's policy is a little different.